Hello guys, Genuine here of Genuine Gaming, and here is my first impression of the game. Again, this is not a review of the game, as I finished Act 1 of the game. My review would come out after I beat the game. When is that? I do not know, as I am taking my time to look at the nook and crannies in the map so as not to miss out on unique weapons and armor. Aside from that, I am taking my time to savor and bask in the story, which is compelling and interesting. I am playing this game on my i7 laptop with GTX 1660 Ti and 16 GB RAM. I am playing on 1080p in a medium setting. I tried it on ultra and high setting, but when I'm traveling in the world map, I will encounter some stutter and frame drops. But it runs smoothly if I am in a dungeon. In medium setting, I do not run into any problems. I encountered some glitches and bugs wherein I was in that moon puzzle in the defiled temple and the moon phases are not showing properly. I could not solve the puzzle because of it, but needed a guide to solve it. For the rest of my playthrough, I did not encounter any problems. However, if I play Baldur's Gate offline, my game runs smoothly at high setting. The presentation of the story is just perfect. Usually, games like this would have a lot of readings to do to tell and communicate the story to the player. But Baldur's Gate 3 made it different. They are not telling the story through text, rather, they told the story through cinematic. No wonder it would take 100 plus hours of cinematic to tell the story. You can play as one of the 8 origin characters or play as your costume character. They have a nice presentation of each origin character on who they are. Here are 2 examples.
Years ago, I was sold to the Archdevil Zariel. She put a hellfire engine in my chest and made me her prize soldier. But I've escaped now. Thank you, Mind Flayers. And I've got a few scores to settle. If this engine doesn't burn me to ash first, I'll need people I can trust, an infernal mechanic, and a serious amount of luck. But you know what? I'm not worried. After 10 years in the Hells, I can take on anything. I've got my chance at freedom, and believe me, I'm going home.
Seven years ago, I was exiled from Baldur's Gate, the city I call home. My name is Will. But the people of the Sword Coast call me the Blade of Frontiers, champion of the meek, defender of the innocent. The truth isn't quite so simple, but they're right about one thing. I hunt monsters, and I always catch my prey. My latest target is a devil, and I'm right on her tail. Once I'm through with her, she'll never escape the fires of the first hell.
They presented each origin character as somewhat wooing to the player to use them as the main character. Each character would start at the Nautiloid ship as they were captured by the Mind Flayers and inserted them Mind Flayer tadpoles, which would make them into Mind Flayers. The main story arc is that you need to find a cure or remove the tadpoles in your brain or embrace the power that the Mind Flayers gave you. As you do so, you would meet different interesting characters that would also enrich the story. The story is well written, as I could see the consistency of each character and how they portray themselves. I could even say that each character is well researched because they would also react properly to the different races in Baldur's Gate. Take for example, a drow is hated and mistrusted by many races in Faerun, and if you play as a drow, you will feel that you are hated and mistrusted. This game is a love letter or a perfect gift to all D&D tabletop players. They do not follow the rules of the game to the letter, but the main gist is there. For D&D tabletop players, Combat would not be a problem as they would know how to increase their chances of hitting enemies and how to decrease the enemy's chances of hitting them. The difference is that playing D&D in Baldur's Gate 3 is the imagination is not anymore happening in your head, but the game is making you see what is happening. You're not anymore doing the computation every time you roll, but the game is doing that for you. You just can't do anything you want as a D&D player on tabletop, but the game is giving you a good amount of different choices that could affect the game. Choices do matter in this game as in tabletop. You do not get those many choices, giving you an illusion that your choice matter. This game, your choice really mattered. It feels very authentic. Companions will get disappointed if they do not agree with you, and they would come to appreciate you if they like the choices you made in the game. You would feel what the non-player characters are feeling by looking at their facial expression and the tone of their voice. One of my companions even fought against me because I killed their leader. It may be difficult at first for those who are new to D&D. I feel that this game is a good introduction. The game may not have explained well D&D rules, but there are already many Baldur's Gate 3 videos that can help new players in their playthrough. You would see the perfection in the game during combat as the graphics of each actions are perfectly done. Hitting enemies is satisfying. Missing enemies is frustrating. Casting a spell is magnificent. And swinging a weapon is perfect. Enemy AI is not dumb, and I would say that they are smarter than me. I am playing on balanced difficulty, yet I would feel that I was playing on a higher difficulty. Enemies with ranged weapons would want to go on higher grounds and not simply shoot arrows. Bosses would cast spells not randomly but tactically. This just made me get excited to play on tactician difficulty, as I would want to know what is in store for me there. All in all, I am having a blast playing the game. So far, I would give this game a 10 out of 10, as I see the story as a 10, gameplay as a 10, and the optimization of the game as another 10. Hope this number would not change after I completed my first run-through. So that is my first impression of the game. Do not forget to leave a like if this video is helpful or let me know in the comment below. And if you want more Baldur's Gate 3 videos, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Ciao!